Welcome or welcome back to Wholesome and Natural Living. And today we're talking sea moss, the benefits of sea moss. Sea moss is an algae, so you have to source it properly because if it's not something where it's grown, it could be exposed to a lot, but you want it to be from the ocean. And there are places like the Caribbean and Ireland that is preferred to source your sea moss from. So you need to make sure your supplier is reputable. But sea moss is an algae, and it's something that if you don't know already about it, do your research, talk to your doctor, but it's important to include it as part of your morning regimen. And that's how I use it. So I'll make my sea moss gel, and then I'll when I wake up, I'll have my water, usually herb water, which I have a video about, or I'll do coconut water, and then I'll start with that, and then maybe an hour later I'll have my sea moss gel, and then 2 or 3 hours later I'll eat something where it is mono eating with fruits or fruit salad or yogurt or something like that. But sea moss is usually part of my morning regimen, and when I don't take it, let's say there I go days, I don't make it, or I just don't have access to it, I do see the difference. So it's important to talk about some of the minerals, and sea moss is a nutrient dense algae. So it will provide you what I think it has 96 or something, or 92 minerals and elements that we need. So incorporating it as part of your wholesome and natural regimen could be something that you can consider. So today I'm here to talk to you about sea moss and show you how I make my sea moss gel. Okay, guys, so I get my sea moss from Dr. Bobby Price. He has a fruit farm. Not fruit farm. He has a fruit. He has this fruit box distribution. He is a farmer. He's a holistic doctor, and he sources sea moss. This is the Irish sea moss. And you can see it's from Ireland. Getting that to focus. So this is not going to include heavy metals and things that I don't want. This is actually from the sea. And when I make it, I have to wash it because there are particles and other things in there. It is directly from the sea and just dried. So you want to make sure you get your sea moss from a reputable source, as I mentioned before. And I'll have a blog that goes along with this that explains all the wonderful benefits of sea moss. And so I'll keep it in a jar like this. I got worried because this is how much I have left. So I ordered this and it just came a few days ago. And so I keep it stored like this. I don't keep it in this plastic because that's just for packaging. So then I'll take it, I'll wash it, and then I'll put it in a glass jar with spring water, and then I'll let it soak overnight because it will expand. So it's gonna go from, I'm going to show you, it's gonna go from this, looking flaky, dry substance to this gel-like, oh my God, I'm spilling it, to this gel-like sort of how it is in the water. So you get it to be, it's a natural state how it's found in the water, but this is the dried version. So then I would just usually I would empty this out, but I use spring water and I washed it a couple of times. I think I washed this like 4 times. So I'm going to use, so it's soaked in this water, and if I don't use spring water, or if I don't think I did a great job at washing it, I would not use the water that it's from. It's not recommended. So, but sometimes I do feel comfortable that I can do that. So then I'll just, blend it in the same water. So all I'm gonna do is just pour that in my blender. You do need a high-speed blender, and I'm going to have some dates to it because it's just not the best. Yeah, I add some dates to it, about 87 to 9 because it just doesn't smell the best, and it helps you with consuming it a lot more. I used to add fruits to it, but I find that it's just not the best way. So the only thing I add is some dates, some pitted dates. All right, so now we're going to blend. All right, and so this is what you have after blending for a while. um let's pour it back in that same container. So there you have it. Here is my Iris sea moss gel. It's literally just water and some dates blended very well. I'll keep it in this glass mason jar for about, I actually need to change the lid, but I'll keep it in this jar for about a week. After a week, it just gets kind of, it's just not the best quality. So you want to make sure you can consume this. So my entire family and I'm going to use this to make sea moss lemonade. Maybe I'll show you that. But we consume this daily. And so this will last us about just exactly a week. Thank you for watching.